Hi, everybody. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday from Burned Out to Balance, a compassionate person's guide to natural healing and recovery of exhaustion and burnout. This is also for you if you've experienced if you're feeling very overwhelmed, you've got a lot of chaos going around you. So, really, this session today is for everyone, right? Not only if you have burnout or if you're on the verge of burnout, but just right now with so much going on in the world, I think this is a really good technique and I want to teach it to you. And so let's just get started. Let's go right into it. Um, so my name is Kelly Huger. It kind of sounds a little bit like yogurt. And I'll tell you a little bit more about my story, but I want to go ahead and get into the content right now. So, welcome if you're joining me. Thanks so much. And this is a quote by Viktor Frankl, who was a Holocaust survivor. Between stimulus and response, there's space. And this is what we do with mindfulness-based techniques. We actually allow the space to get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger. And in this space lies the power for us to choose our response, for us to choose our growth, and for us to choose our freedom. Very, very powerful quote by Viktor Frankl, again, the founder of logotherapy, also known as hope therapy, which we teach and practice within positive psychology. So here's a little bit about me. Hi, if you're new to my channel or however you're viewing this, my name is Kelly Huger. Kind of sounds a little bit like yogurt. I'm an HSP, also known as a highly sensitive person. I've been a holistic healer now for over 37 years, martial artist. And even though I've been called a miracle worker by my clients, and I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people take back their power, I wasn't always calm and confident and empowered like I am now. So, unfortunately, I was a victim of narcissistic abuse. That includes psychological abuse, financial abuse, still a victim of the financial abuse part that will never end, unfortunately, and emotional abuse from a long-term relationship of almost 30 years. And it ran me into the ground. And I was actually diagnosed with dysautonomia POTS and spent years on the couch, spent years with nightmares, spent years with panic attacks, IBS, you name it. I was later diagnosed with PTSD. I later became to understand because of my doctoral work that it's actually complex PTSD because I was actually marinated in trauma practically every day of my life. And when my therapist said, "You have PTSD," I said, "There's no way. I've never been to war." And she said, "Oh, honey, you've been to war every day of your life." And I remember that one fateful day when I was actually at my property known as Tawoti, 60 acres in Dinwiddie. I actually walked around with the contemplation of unaliving myself. And I remember that day as if it was yesterday, and this little whisper of a voice said, "Look up." And then when I looked up, I saw in the clouds what looked at like my grandbaby's face. And that shape of the cloud that looked like my grandbaby actually saved my life. And so then I began to enroll in my doctoral program and began to learn about complex post-traumatic stress disorder and began to heal myself because conventional medicine failed me. Therapy, while validating my feelings, was just felt like I was in a daily tornado. I was not making any forward motion. And so because of the skills that I learned through my doctoral program, hypnosis, mindfulness, positive psychology coaching, I now use those tools and techniques to help other kind-hearted souls who have really given their all to others and feel run down, exhausted, and burnt out, and maybe also have been diagnosed with a chronic illness because of the abuse, so they can have peaceful night's sleep and wake up feeling calm and energized and knowing that there are better days ahead. And so really this is about a 1% shift. And I talk to my clients about this all the time. You don't have to do everything in a day. And of course, I'm not going to be able to teach you everything. I have more videos and more blogs and things. And of course, you can reach out to me privately as well. And actually even have a group program um, that a lot of people have used to overcome their own issues in this arena as well, or this area as well, rather. But really, this is about a 1% shift, right? Just doing a little bit here and a little bit there. And those 1% shifts lead to greater healing over time. Now, of course, there's a speedier way that we know that's called hypnosis, and I'll talk a little bit about that as well. But just these 1% shifts can really make a huge difference. So, again, I told my story a little bit earlier, but hi, I'm Kelly Yogurt. Kind of sounds a little bit like yogurt. And again, conventional medicine failed me and continues to do so with my chronic illness of dysautonomia POTS. So I've gone rogue, right? I have developed not only an integrative path towards healing of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, but also I use this integrative path for dysautonomia POTS as well. And of course, I'm not trying to brag, but my clients who absolutely adore me, it's so special to me to hear some of the things that they've said about me, have a 97% success rate. And they've regained their calm and their confidence, and they've broken the chains of abuse. And one of my clients actually said, "Thank you, Kelly. I never thought I could face my abuser in court, and I did so, and I was calm as a cucumber." So today I want to teach you one little technique that I call the 3-2-1 emotional reset. And the first thing we're going to learn is to take some deep breaths. So what I'd like for you to do is just have a seat for a moment or come back to this video, whatever that looks like for you. And I want you to breathe in through your nose through the count of 7. So breathing in through the nose, really inflating the belly like a balloon, breathing in. And exhaling to the count of 11. And really allowing that exhale to verbalize. And again, thinking of this breath, this belly, the balloon, like a balloon blowing up in the belly, and really directing the breath to the belly. Let's do it again. Breathing in. Really pulling that belly in, pulling that belly button into the spine and really collapsing the balloon. And then with the next inhale, really inflating that balloon in the inhale in 7. And the exhale at 11. Perfect. And now as you just begin to breathe normally and naturally for you, now just begin to wrap your arms around yourself. The step 2 and give yourself a wonderful, nice hug. I once spent 30 days where I did the self-hug challenge with some of my clients, and those in my group program and joined me as well. And they said, "You know what, Kelly, this made a huge difference." So really just allowing yourself to hug yourself. I'm actually doing it right now. I don't know if you can tell. And then even switching your arms and going to the other side. And really allowing yourself to feel the joy of the hug. Ah, doesn't that feel so good? You're probably already super, super relaxed by now. But here's the last step, mindful I spy. And I have a blog on this as well. And I have a blog on the belly breathing as well and videos on it as well. The last one is mindful I spy. So what I'm going to invite you to do is to pick one color of the rainbow, or perhaps more than one. So perhaps if you picked red, you might look around the room or look around outside, whatever that looks like for you, and find something red. Red like a stop sign, red like a strawberry, red, red, red. Or perhaps you want to look for the color green, green like the grass, green like the bright leaves in the summertime, or green like money. Green, green, green. Now, whatever color resonates with you, pick a color and look for it now. And if you have the ability to, or if you'd like to, I would invite you to look for other colors of the rainbow. Yellow like a lemon, green like the heart chakra green, purple, or even indigo like the strawberry, or like, I'm sorry, not the strawberry, the blueberry. But whatever that looks like for you, begin to look at for colors of the rainbow. And I call this mindful eye spy, and I actually do this with my grandkids as well, and they love this. Again, you can find that on the blog if you like. So I call this 3, 2, 1, an emotional reset. And you can take a picture of this if you want to keep on your phone. It's a really great little technique. So, so easy and so, so valuable. Now, here's the next step if you're ready. And one of the hardest things that I see and that I notice, and I actually was talking about this with another practitioner, and she was talking about this as well, is how she will see people that will come to her and they schedule a call. They're like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to do this or whatever. And then they go on to spend a lot of time and a lot of money trying other things that have not been proven, or things that people recommend on social media who really don't know what they're talking about. And she and I were having this conversation of how one of the hardest thing for us is to see that people come back after years and years and years, months, years of spending their money, their hard earned money, and spinning their wheels of things that just don't work. And I really don't want that to be you, but obviously I give everybody their own space for that as well. And so that's one of the things that probably comes up a lot is people spending a lot of their wheels and time and money on things that are just fads or just don't work. And one thing that I want to highlight as well is the recent conversations I've had with my clients. One of them said, Kelly's work is sacred. And another one said that I'm an angel sent from above. Now, of course, that's sort of blushing, to hear that. But here's the thing. I'm not really a miracle worker, but the work I do is sacred. And I work with people where they are, and we work collaboratively so that we can navigate what that looks like for them. And of course, I am honored to be a part of their journey. And of course, I feel like I'm called to do this work and to help others at the lowest point of their lives, which is where I was, and I really didn't get a lot of help. And so if this is you, or if any of this resonates with you and you would like to book a Ignite Your Inner Fire session with me that's valued at over $400, I only take a few of these a month, because I am finishing up my doctoral work, and I have to practice what I preach and do my own self-care. But if this resonates with you, there's a link here. You can go to this link and simply click on that link and schedule a call, and we will jump on a call and see what this looks like for you. And thank you for joining me for Transformation Tuesday.